What would you say to the person that gets discouraged because they don't like the sound of their own voice?
Yeah. I think a lot of people are actually way better than they think. So like you are so much better than you think. And majority of people don't realize that when they're listening to their voice singing, they can't actually hear their voice properly.
Yeah.
So like if you go like this, if you cup your hands, you place them on your ears, and then if you put the, try this with us, put the back of your palm to your mouth like this, and now start talking. Yo, what's up?
What's good?
Notice how it's so much brighter?
Yeah.
It sounds completely different, right?
It does sound completely different.
Right, and so whenever you're singing or you're speaking, you're hearing your voice as it reverbs off of different objects in the room and as it resonates and reverbs within your head cavities. So I will tell you that in all of my experience, and I've had over a decade of experience in the music industry, I've toured, I've taught personally now over 4,000 students, and then online, we've taught many more with courses and YouTube videos and stuff like that. And what I can tell you is that everybody, no matter how good they are, in some area of their voice, they don't like it.
Yeah.
Like especially in LA, when I was spending a lot of time in LA, you'd hear these singers that are just unreal, amazing, you know? And yet some of them would talk to me, say they don't like the sound of their voice. And many of them would have like success barriers. And these people sound, you're like, whoa! Like you sound amazing. You see what I'm saying? And I'm sure you have one of my favorite female voices.
Ditto.
And well, thank you. But I'm sure that, you know, are you 100% loving your voice all the time, if you're honest?
No.
And if I can be honest, I don't either all the time, okay? And so what I want you to realize is that you're not alone if you're feeling this way. And I want to really tell you that you are so much better of a singer than you think that you are. Because we all have this inner critic. We are all our own worst critic. I'm my own worst critic. Law's her own worst critic. You are going to be your own worst critic. We're not going to judge you or judge your voice in the way that you are going to judge your voice. And so I want you to always remember that. And today as you're practicing, remember that, like, as corny as it sounds, it's a miracle that we can even speak and sing right now. If you look at the mechanics of everything that's going on, it's so complicated. The fact that we can sing on a subconscious level is such a miracle. And so I want you to bring that joy into your practicing today. I want you to turn that inner critic down. I want you to actually practice. This is a practice. I have to practice this. Law has to practice this. Turn the inner critic down as you sing, as you're doing your warm-ups, as you're doing just your song practice. When you start to feel yourself saying, oh my gosh, that was a bad note. Oh no, this is terrible. Oh my gosh, I can't sing. Ah! You see what I mean? When you feel yourself doing that, practice turning the knob of that inner critic down. And the more that you do that, the more that you will be able to be present in the song. And that's really when you are able to captivate and connect with an audience. So for everybody right now who is saying that they don't like the sound of their voice, we want to both encourage you. You have so much better of a voice than you think you do. You are your own worst critic. But that doesn't mean that you can't continue leveling up. You know, it doesn't mean that you have to be satisfied with where you're at. So commit to continued growth as we are too. No one's ever arrived when it comes to singing, but relax into the fact that there's nothing wrong with you. You know, the fact that you're judging your voice and that you think you're bad, that's okay. Everybody does it. Okay, but today, practice just turning that inner critic down. Turn that knob down. The more you do it, the easier it'll get.